And just to his right side, starting in 10th, 35L, Code Red, Cody Ledger out of Omaha. Chris Martin out of Ankeny, Iowa, rounds out the field inside of number 6. Caution lights are off in turn number 1 and 3. Going to be green flag, this time by Thomas Kennedy, Clint Garner, and we are underway in night number 1. Stacked heat race goes inside turn number 1. Contact made. Look out, Chris Martin up and over in turn number 2. Red flag going to come out. And good news, race fans, you can see in turn number 2, Chris Martin climbing out of the car. Ricky Montgomery, Mitch Alexander, Tasker Phillips, and Cody Ledger. Hall of Famer Wally takes the Craig Ford Raptor inside turn number 2, takes a hard left turn, leaves the field by themselves. Again, Kennedy, Gardner going to pace the field nice and easy. We got 7 laps on the board. Green flag is coming out for heat race number 1. Much better start that time for Thomas Kennedy. Shows the way in turn number 1 and 2 on the bottom side. Clint Garner goes up top. Little contact for the back of the pack. Cody Ledger having some trouble. We spread out, we stay green. Around turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Clint Garner to the top side to try and reel in Thomas Kennedy. Look out, one car over the cushion. Calvin Landis gets it fired back up and keeps it rolling. Almost came to a dead halt. Back up front, though, keep your eye on Kelby Watt right in 3rd. Terry McCarl closing in quickly, though. He is right there, about a half a car length. Go down low, doors open on the bottom side. Going to be side by side. Your race now for 3rd. McCarl slides into a podium spot. Plenty of time for T-Mac to run down the top 2 cars, riding in 5th right now. One of the faster cars on the racing surface. Meanwhile, Thomas Kennedy has waved goodbye to the rest of the field and checked out off of turn number 4. Terry McCarl rides in 3rd. Kelby Watt going to have some company from Matt Morrow in a quick second. Morrow looked to the inside for a quick moment, then backed out and thought second of it. He'll fall back in line, rides in that 5th place spot, but still gaining ground to 1K over in turn number 3 and 4. Morrow looks back to the bottom again. Kelby Watt slams the door. Morrow still gaining ground over in turn number 1. He'll try it again. They're going to be side by side in turn 1 and 2. Matt Morrow to the inside. He'll have the spot, no problem, as Watt left the door wide open. Morrow took advantage of it. Time winding down in heat race number 2. Thomas Kennedy putting the left side Hoosiers right against that berm and walking away from the field as now Clint Garner changes his line. They're going to try the same thing. Terry McCarl riding in 3rd has not been able to make up much ground on Clint Garner as the white flag flies. Less than a half mile to go for Thomas Kennedy. Off of turn 3 and 4, he started on the pole, led every single lap in this one. Thomas Kennedy wins heat race number 1. Clint Garner going to come home in 2nd with Terry McCarl rounding out the podium. Matt Morrow 4th. Kelby Watt rounds out the top 5. Tasker Phillips going to be 6th. At the line, Calvin Landis hangs on to 7th. Ricky Montgomery 8th. Caution lights go off in turn 1 and 3. Going to be a great flag, this time by. Again, keep your eye on that front row. Rob Kubley, Joe Beaver going to pace the field coming around turn 3 and 4. Nice and easy pace coming around, waiting for that cone to pick up the speed and begin to race. Again, 7 laps on the board. Green flag is out in heat race number 2. Great start up front. Joe Beaver slams the door early on, takes the early lead. He'll try and check out. Josh Hickday going to challenge down for 2nd. Can't quite get there as Kubley hangs on to the spot. Battle still continues, though, in turn number 3 and 4. Hickday has the advantage up top, and now a little loose that time goes Kubley, and Wayne Johnson takes advantage of it. Johnson now up to 3rd, looking for more in turn number 1. Full slide job. He's got it in turn number 2. Slides right up. He'll have the spot in the back straight away. Joe Beaver shows the way in turn number 3, but he might have some company here in a quick second as right now Wayne Johnson is on a roll off of turn number 4. Wayne Johnson Joe Beaver now, your race for the lead in turn number 2. A drag race down the back straightaway. Beaver hangs on to the spot for now. Johnson again looks low. Johnson has the spot. He'll have it in turn number 1 again. Joe Beaver going to try to answer back to the top side. Puts the right rear Hoosier, gets the cushion and slide around the top side of the racetrack. Can't quite get it. The top 2 cars have broken away from the rest of the field, as now Wayne Johnson looking strong on the bottom side of the racetrack, and Joe Beaver settles into 2nd. Higday ranks 3rd. Kubley 4th. Jamie Moll in the 5J rounds at the top 5. Kubley going to try and gain some more ground around Josh Higday, but he can't quite get there on the bottom side of the racetrack. And now, keep your eye for the back of the pack. Gio Selzy trying to run down the 5J of Jamie Ball on the bottom side. Now Ball slams the door, exiting turn number 4. Selzy still right in striking distance. He'll try it again. The door's open at the bottom, and Selzy will take advantage of it in turn number 2. He'll have the spot now. Put Gio into a top 5 spot. Here comes Ball back to the outside. Ball really loose off of turn number 3 and 4. Points the nose down to the bottom, but he can't quite get there. A half mile to go for your leader over in turn number 2. Wayne Johnson all by his lonesome. Race for 3rd continues, but it won't matter because up front, here comes Wayne Johnson. He picks up the win. Heat race number 2. Joe Beaver will come home in 2nd. At the line, Josh Higday hangs on for a podium finish. Kubley in 4th. Gio Selzy rounds in the top 5. Jamie Ball comes home in 6th. Ryan Levitt 7th. Tom Lenz 8th. And just to his right, out of Des Moines in the Fire Trucker Brewery, Anderson Painting 1A, John Anderson. The 11B of Ben Woods rounds out the field. Right after this heat race fans will have our 50-50 ticket coming up. So keep your tickets handy. We'll draw the number right after this heat race. 7 laps the distance. Brad Kelmages, Austin McCarl, Mason Daniel, Ryan Roberts, your top 4. They'll come around. Green flag is out for heat race number 3. Austin McCarl again shows the way over in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ryan Roberts to the outside. He'll break free. And now plenty of time to try and run down Austin McCarl in turn number 3 and 4. Keep your eye on Trey Starks as well, making his way now to the top 3 start here off of lap number 1. Trey Starks rounds at the podium as of right now. Austin McCarl rides in the lead. Ryan Roberts 2nd. Trey Starks in 3rd. The top 2 cars are broken away. Now Ben Woods pulls off the racetrack on turn number 1. We stay to the green. Meanwhile, great racing going on just outside the top 3. Keep your eye on the battle going on with Brad Kelmages and Mason Daniel. Mason has the spot now. Kelmages looks to the inside. Can't quite get there just yet as Daniel slams the door, exiting turn number 2. Behind them, McKenna Hassey, Nate Mills duking out. That's a battle going on now for 6th and 7th as Nate Mills looks to the top side of the racetrack. Can't quite pull up alongside of 55 just yet, but he is reeling her in. Right behind them is Carson McCarl as well, going to be side by side. That's the battle going on for 6th and 7th as McCarl now up to the 7th place spot. Carson McCarl right around Nate Mills. That's the battle going on for that 7th place position. Carson looks to the bottom side, exiting turn number 4, trying to reel in the 55 of Hassey, but he can't quite get there just yet. Austin McCarl, Ryan Roberts, Trey Starks, Mason Daniel, Brad Kelmages, your top 5 in heat race number 3. McCarl trying to reel in that 55, has a bit of a run up top off of turn number 4, going to be side by side. Here comes McCarl. That's going to go on for 6th. McCarl has it in turn number 1 and 2. Not quite yet. Going to try and stick up top. Going to be side by side off the exit of turn number 2. Down the back straight away. Off of Carson McCarl has the advantage as the white flag flies for the brother Austin up front. Carson McCarl up to 6th now, trying to close in on Brad Kelmages for 5th. He's right in the back bumper, slides up, puts the right rear Hoosiers against the cushion. Now going to coast off the top side. He'll have the 5th place spot off of turn number 4. Trigger flag and a wave. Austin McCarl gets the win. Ryan Roberts in 2nd. Trey Starks in 3rd. Mason Daniel 4th. Brad Kelmages falls back to 6th as McCarl gets 5th. McKenna Hassey to 6th. Brad Kelmages 7th. Nate Mills 8th. Out of Newton, Iowa, the Luther floor covering number 19, Rob Weave. Alan Zuten, the 33 out of Knoxville, starts inside row 5, and A.J. Muller just was outside of Rockville City, Iowa. Nice and easy pace by Jason Martin and Davey Heskin up front as the caution lights off in turn 1 and 3. Your 4th and final heat race in 360 action tonight goes to the green. Jason Martin slid up immediately. He'll have the sole possession of the lead over in turn 1 and 2. Now keep your eye on Ryan Bowers and Davey Heskin going to go side by side. Heskin had the advantage exiting turn number 2. Bowers not going away. He'll go to the top side of the racetrack. Can't quite get there. And now Heskin might be reeling in that 82 in the front straightaway. Matt Jewell rides in 4th right now with John Hagan rounding out the top 5. Ryan Giles 6th, Eric Bridger in 7th. Keep your eye on that battle going on for 3rd. Matt Jewell trying to close in on Ryan Bowers. They're both on the bottom side of the racetrack. You can't quite reel them in just yet. Matt Jewell to the inside, couldn't take advantage of the open door left by Bowers off of turn number 2. He'll fall back in the line. Bowers got a bit of a run that time. Will try and take advantage in turn number 3 and 4. Trying to reel in that 56 in, but he can't quite get it done just yet. And now here it comes. Matt Jewell again, down to the inside in turn number 1 and 2. Puts the left side tires against the berm. He can't quite get there, but he's still gnawing away every lap. AJ Moeller pulls in turn number 1. He'll call tonight in heat race number 4. All the while, Jason Martin looking strong up front, right on the bottom side of the racetrack. He started on the pole and has led every lap since. John Hagan, Matt Jewell, Ryan Giles all trying to gain some ground on each other over in turn number 3. 2 to go this time by for Lincoln, Nebraska native Jason Martin. Ryan Bowers again off of turn number 2, left the door wide open for a moment, and Jewell couldn't quite take advantage of it. We'll see where he goes around turn number 3 and 4. Everyone down on the bottom side. White flag in there, a half mile to go for 82 of Jason Martin. Bowers slides away up the racetrack again, put the right side against the cushion, finds some momentum, and tries to hang on to that top 3 spot. Off of turn number 4, Jason Martin going to pick up the win in heat race number 4. Davey Heskin comes home in 3rd at the line. Matt Jewell squeaks out a top 3 finish in heat race number 4 at the line, with Ryan Bowers 4th, John Hagan rounding out the top 5. Ryan Giles 6th, Eric Bridger 7th, Rob Weave 8th. Caution line's going to go off for turn number 1 and 3. Going to be green flag coming at you this time by as Wally takes a Craig Ford Raptor inside turn number 2. Top lane, Brad Cummins just going to pace the field. 10 laps the distance in this one. You got to get to going fast. The top 4 move on. Everybody else calls it a night. Coming around turn number 3 and 4. Through turn number 1 and 2, keep your eye on the bottom. Rob Kubley going to try and challenge the lead in the back straight away. 3 cars break away. Brad Cummins, Tom Lenz, Rob Kubley putting on a show up front around turn number 4. Kubley on the bottom, he'll show the way off of turn number 4. Tom Lenz back to second now. Brad Cummins just has his hands full. Keep your eye on Jonathan Hughes, Jason Martin, all right in the mix with Jamie Ball and McKenna Hassey as well. Top 4 moving on. Everyone else calls it a night. Around turn number 3 and 4 again, Jason Martin the top side going to try and challenge. Going to be 3 wide. You're better for the final transfer spot. Brad Cummins is the first car on the outside looking in right now. Jason Martin slides up. Keep your eye on Ricky Montgomery as well. Martin slides to the inside. He'll have the 3rd place spot now. Up 1 more spot for an insurance position. Ricky Montgomery has that coveted 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Jamie Ball. Ball, Cummins just duking it out, both on the outside looking in right now as the laps continue to wind down. Ball now gets around Brad Cummins. He is on the bubble around turn number 3, trying to reel in Ricky Montgomery in turn 3 and 4. Ball sees an opening on the bottom, but he can't quite get it just yet. Brad Cummins is Ryan Levitt right on the outside looking in. Back up front, they'll keep right on the battle for 4th in the back straightaway. Jamie Ball will now be in that 4th and final transfer spot. Ricky Montgomery going to try and drive it in hard, but he can't quite get there just yet. And now points the nose right down to the bottom. Your battle continues to be for the 4th and final transfer spot. In front of them, though, the battle going on for a second, starting to heat up. Jason Martin looking for yet another insurance position around turn number 3 and 4 on the bottom side. He'll have it. Tom Lenz now 1 spot back, 3rd. Lap traffic will be a problem here in a quick second. John Anderson with the first car to go a lap down from leader Rob Kubley over in turn 3 and 4. Back behind them, Jason Martin, Tom Lenz, Jamie Ball, your top 4. Ball trying to reel in Tom Lenz for an insurance position around turn number 3 and 4. He'll have the advantage on the inside, side by side of the line. Jamie Ball has the spot entering turn number 1. He'll have third, and now Tom Lenz in the bubble here. Ricky Montgomery running out of time. Just 2.5 laps to try and reel in the 80-year-old Lenz in turn number 3. Time is winding down for the top 4 spots. Kubley looks to the inside, gonna try and dodge some lap traffic. Goes to the inside of John Anderson. Almost made some contact. Here comes Jason Martin now, trying to reel the 83. Brad Keller just calls it a night. The white flag gonna fly this time by for Rob Kubley. Here comes Jason Martin. Will he try and hang out in second or try and get the win in this one? Around turn number 1, slide, can't quite get it yet. Here comes Jimmy Ball as well. Ball right in the back bumper as well. The top 3 cars will all pull away from the rest of the field around turn number 3 and 4. Around turn 3 and 4, it will be at the line. Jason Martin gets it with Rob Kubley second, Jimmy Ball third. Tom Lenz hangs on for the 4th and final transfer spot. Ricky Montgomery rounds out the top 5 as the first car on the outside looking in. Ryan Levin 6th, Tasker Phillips 7th, McKenna Hassey 8th. Your turn, National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Send them off the right way. Caution lights off in turn number 1 and 3. Gonna be green flag this time by Carson McCarl. Matt Morrow will pace the field. 18 laps on the board. Who's it going to be? We'll find out together. The green flag is out in turn number 4. Great start up front. Look out, big trouble in turn number 1.
Actually, they went ahead and left that nose wing on. They still got the damage one on there. They just tightened up the brackets. All they did, guys.
Well, it's always nice for Mason Daniel as well to have a Hall of Famer working with you too to help out with situations like this.
Well, you know, the guys had a few wins here as well, so.
And we got Ryan Giles, I believe, heading your way. He's on the record and looking at the car right now. Has a left rear flat tire and the nose wing heavy damage there. Ryan is kind of hanging out 1 foot, left side of the body hanging out of the car, controlling it. We'll see if he goes right by you or if he actually heads into the...
How's the front axle look? Can you see from there?
I can't tell from here. From what I can see, it's not wobbling around. Well, Mike, there's a look at McCarl's car coming down here. Some pretty heavy damage, of course, the front axle, heavy damage to that as well. Probably more internally there, and you'll know more sprint car parts than I will, and you'll be able to see the extent as it comes by you.
You're famous for this September, buddy.
You got it. You got it. Wally takes the Craig Ford Raptor inside turn number 2, leaves a pair of veterans up front by themselves. Carson McCarl, Matt Morrill, Ryan Roberts, Terry McCarl at your top 4. They come to the green flag at that cone coming around. Justin Clark looks him over. Green flag is out for your 360 AB. Great start for your front row sitters. Matt Morrill looks to the top side. Carson McCarl down low. Top 2 cars in a race at it. Terry McCarl rides in that 3rd place spot now. Great racing going on the front side. Josh Higbee to the top side racetrack and that top 5 spot as well. Off of turn 4, lap number 1 goes to Carson McCarl. Matt Morrill in second. Terry McCarl rides in 3rd. Your race now for 2nd. Over in turn number 2. Matt Morrill at the door wide open, and now Terry McCarl accepts the invite and goes to the inside. Morrill slams the door entering turn number 3. Wayne Johnson takes the outside. He'll challenge that 3rd place spot. Here comes John Aiden to throw his hat in the ring as well. Great racing going on up front to go in turn number 1 and 2. And again, Matt Morrill leaves the door wide open. McCarl slides to the inside. He'll have the spot this time down the back chute. Matt Morrill back to 3rd. And it's Wayne Johnson 4th. Your battle now for a top 5 spot with Clayton Garner coming around turn number 4. He'll have the 5th place position all to himself now. Terry McCarl might be running down Junior off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Might have a father and son battle coming at you here later on. Meanwhile, your race heating up for 3rd around turn number 3 and 4. Wayne Johnson peeks the inside of Matt Morrill, but he can't quite get there just yet. He'll fall back in the line, but he is in striking distance. He'll try to get in turn number 1 and 2 as Morrill puts that right rear Hoosier against the cushion coaster on the top side. Nothing up top for 2 in. Wayne Johnson takes the spot with no problem in turn number 3 now. Matt Morrow going to try a new line here soon. Clint Garner peeks to the inside. Can't quite get there, but again, now Morrow goes down to the bottom to close the door for right now, but Clint is still right there on the bottom side, exiting turn number 2. Carson McCarl, Terry McCarl, Wayne Johnson, Matt Morrow, Clint Garner, your top 5. Here comes Wayne Johnson. He's all over the back bumper of T-Mac entering turn number 1. Both cars take the burn around turn number 2, but a great jump that time for Terry in the back straightaway. Opens up about a 7-car length lead entering turn number 3. Lap traffic coming at you as now Tom Lenz pulls the inside, calls it a night. Your battle continues for second though. Again, Wayne Johnson going to peek to the outside this time, slides way up the racetrack. 2 wheels over the cushion in turn 2. He'll lose momentum down the back straightaway. Now Clint Garner going to try and close the gap a little bit here. Carson McCarl running second in the point standings. Clint Garner running third in the point standings. Things could change up quite a bit tonight. Terry McCarl, Wayne Johnson, both closing the gap, and that 27 for the lead in turn number 3. Next car to go a lap down. Little ways to go yet. That will be the 1B of Ryan Bowers in turn number 2. Now, Wayne Johnson gets by Terry McCarl in turn number 1. He's got his eyes set on the lead in the back straightaway. McCarl going to try and answer right back. Over in turn number 3, McCarl peeks to the outside, side by side. Your race now for second. Now your race for the lead in turn number 4. 3 cars going at it. McCarl, and Johnson over in turn number 1 and 2. Terry peeks to the outside. Carson down low. Your race now for the lead as you have a new leader. Terry McCarl to the point now in turn number 3. Carson McCarl back to that second place spot. Here comes Wayne Johnson, peeks to the outside. And now Clint Garner also rolling the 27. Johnson back to the top side. Terry McCarl going to try and check out while he can. Wayne Johnson trying to get around Carson. Carson not letting him by it that easy. Wayne looks to the inside. Carson slams the door in turn number 3. Laps winding down. 6 to go this time for the 4X of Terry McCarl. Wayne Johnson gets by Carson now. He's got plenty of time to try and run him down in turn number 1 and 2. Clint Garner back in that 4th place spot, trying to reel in Carson for a podium finish. Great points battle going on. They're running 3 and 4 right now. Terry McCarl looking strong, clean air in front. Wayne Johnson trying to reel him in, trying every line of the racetrack. Bowers goes a lap down. Won't allow Carson McCarl to go around just yet. 4 laps to go this time by. Wayne Johnson trying to close that gap, and he might be doing just that over in turn number 1 and 2. Battle going on again in turn number 2. This time it's going to be Clint Garner in that 4th place spot, trying to get around 27 to Carson McCarl. Laps winding down. Again, 3 to go this time by. Lap traffic might be an issue. The next one to go down will be Jason Martin. He's running identical lines as the 2 leaders. They'll have 2 to go this time by. They come around turn number 3 and 4. Carson McCarl not giving up that 3rd place spot just yet to Clint Garner. Meanwhile, off of turn 4, slowly but surely, Wayne Johnson has the fishing line in the water, and he's reeling them in turn number 2. Trying every line possible, but is there enough time to get it done around turn 3 and 4 again? Jason Martin right in the line of the leaders. Here comes Wayne Johnson to the outside. He's reeled him in about 3 or 4 car lengths. The white flag is out this time by. Door open the bottom. Wayne Johnson found something down low, sticks it to the bottom. He'll have the lead in the back straightaway. Terry McCarl one final time in turn 3 and 4. One last chance to answer back. Jason Martin goes down low. It won't be enough. Off of turn 4. Wayne Johnson's going to win at Knoxville Raceway. Terry McCarl comes home in second. Clint Garner at the line gets by. Carson McCarl for 3rd. McCarl 4th. Gio Selzy rounds out the top 5.
They're telling me upstairs this is his 13th 360 win at Knoxville Raceway. Is he up top?
He's got to go up top, right?
I don't know if he will or not. He's getting, there we go.
The non-wing A main to staging, please. Non-wing A main to
He's got
staging.
up top as well. Race fans, give it up tonight's feature is Wayne Johnson. Hey, buddy. You're going to get up here and celebrate. And I don't remember the last time we talked. It's been a long, long time.
You know, I'm a little bit rejuvenated a little bit here at Knoxville. You know, I've been away a little bit, going running some 360 races and stuff. And first and foremost, I got to thank Todd and Kelly Carlisle for actually letting me just go race and have fun and do what I want to do. And you know, I love this place, and this is where I want to race. So they said, go do whatever. And you know, my guys been busting their butt. That's a brand new race car. It's a brand new Charlie. I think I've said this before, but that's a brand new Charlie Fisher engine that we're prepping for 360 Nationals. And I tell you what, anytime you can beat Terry McCarl here, you've done something. You know that. So, man, he just made a mistake there in traffic, and my car was really good on the bottom. I had him there early behind one of the boys, but just screwed up there. Let him get back by us, and then I thought we were in trouble. I thought we were going to run second, but just didn't give up.
That's Carson, by the way. And as far as the rest of the race is concerned, I was telling these guys you were getting out. You're probably just happy finishing a race without a rain out.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've been rained out about 300 times this year, but you know, it's not raining today, so that's a good thing, and hopefully it don't rain tomorrow, because we got some 410 business that we really like to try to get that thing rolling around here. You know, we used to go really good here, and Mike, we got to struggling, and I'm sitting here breathing hard, but it ain't from the car. It's from the excitement jumping up on the wing and having my daughter up there. But, you know, nothing better than winning at Knoxville.
Race fans, he's going to celebrate tonight, but for a short time as they got a 410 to put together. Give it up for Wayne Johnson.
Pick up that trophy, man.
My girl's over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna get, can we get the queen in with you too? You have to. Do you want your family out?
Here at Knoxville Raceway, so on behalf of the United States Auto Club Lake race fans, I want to say thanks for coming out to tonight's event. Hope you had a good time so far, but it is feature time here at Knoxville.
Everybody right out.
Coming out of the B main, starting 24th, currently second in Power Eye War sprint car points. That is the 90 of Riley Kreisel. Riley Kreisel will round out the field, start 24th. Start 23rd on his inside, rotor 12. Will be the Auburn, Illinois driver. Laps the distance.
Again, top 6 cars inverted based on their qualifying time. That's why quick qualifying in Group 1, CJ Leary will start outside row number 3. Top 3 finishers to the feature event. Everyone else will head to either a B main or a C main. You want to transfer through the top 3. If you do not, the best you will start will be 19th in tonight's feature event. The lights are out. Heat race number 1, courtesy of Simpson Race Products, Knoxville Raceway. Are you ready to go non-wing racing? Here at the big half mile, green flag coming out. We are underway. Simpson Race Products heat race number 1. Isaac Chappell to the early lead for a moment through turns 1 and 2. As Steve Irwin falls back to second, going 3 wide as CJ Leary racing into that 4th position. Leary one spot out, looking in, trying low through turns 3 and 4. 1 lap in the books this time by. It's Chappell out in front. Irwin second, Don Drow Jr., CJ Leary again back and forth. Matt Westfall looking to the inside. That is for the 5th spot. Westfall in that yellow 33M as they go side by side for second down into turn number 3. Irwin with Don Drow Jr. may have to worry about our current points leader, CJ Leary, working the top shelf. Coming off turn 4, Leary to the outside of Irwin. Will take over 3rd as they head back into 1. It's Chappell, Don Drow Jr., CJ Leary, 1, 2, 3. Matt Westfall now flirting with the top 4s. He works to the outside of that 0S car, Steve Irwin. CJ Leary now gets to the inside of Don Drow Jr. to take over second. So a nice insurance spot for Leary. As Matt Westfall now reels in that number 1. Battle on the track for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Don Drow Jr., who's ran just 5 non-wing events this year, He set about 20 in his career, non-wing sprint car events, I should say. In that third and final transfer spot, Matt Westfall's driven pretty much everything on the planet. As C.J. Leary to the inside of Isaac Chappell through 1 and 2, and Leary will take the lead momentarily. Chappell trying to get back underneath him. Just not going to be enough for the 52. So new leader out front, our current points leader. West C.J. Leary taking the lead. Now he'll exit turn 4. 5 laps down, 3 to go. Westfall now gets by Don Stroud Jr. And that battle continues as Corey Schutte up into the mix now on the back bumper. Matt Westfall, who gets around Isaac Chappell as they go down the back straightaway. Trouble for the 52. So put Westfall into second, Schutte into third. As C.J. Leary has checked out, he is gone with 2 laps to go. Yellow 33 in, that's Westfall, and now trouble for Schutte as he has problems down in turn number 1. Loses 2 spots, it looks like he was slow on the racetrack. And caution will come out here in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. So 6 laps down, 2 laps to go. It's C.J. Leary out in front from Greenfield, Indiana, the 19 AZ with Davy Jones turning the wrenches. Davy Jones, of course, the son of Bubby Jones. And that brand new team this year getting it done as he will lead Westfall. And now Don Stroud Jr. back into the top 3 as we're underway with 2 to go. Steve Irwin back there, Parkinson, Falcon, Halverson. Round out your field. Matt Westfall with a pretty good hot rod there running in that second spot. Though a great restart for C.J. Leary. And white flag coming out this time by. C.J. Leary will cross the stripe with Westfall and Dodge Round Jr. Steve Irwin, meanwhile, looking to the inside of Stroud. That is for the third and final transfer spot. Just not enough. It looks like the High Line the place to be here tonight at Knoxville as Westfall tries down low in 3 and 4. Don Stroud goes through the middle. Now coming off turn 4, checker flag out for C.J. Leary. He will get the win. Westfall will finish second. Don Stroud Jr. third. Irwin, Parkinson, Falcon, Halverson, Schutte, and Chappell. Silver Crown win at Williams Grove Speedway during our Eastern Storm Tour a few weeks ago. He'll line up inside row number 3 alongside the lightning quick Carson Short out of Illinois. So lights have been turned out. CSI Heat Race number 2. Caitlin Lear, the young lady, alongside one of the best, the winningest driver we have in the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Series, Dave Darling. On the front row, setting the pace as they come off turn 4. Lear and Darling side by side. Double D will lead him in turn 1. Brady Bacon going 3 wide, telling these drivers this is how you run at Knoxville Raceway. Macho Man leads him on turn 2. Goes right to the point, gets by Dave Darling. Caitlin Lear falling back to the 5th position now, your pole sitter. Back in the 5th spot as Bacon will lead lap number 1. Darling, Mitchell Davis, Carson Short. Right in front of Caitlin Lear, who's getting pressure there from Ryan Bernal for 5th. Lear in that black 77K, Bernal there in that red and white number 17. Shooting to the inside down in turn 3. Bernal, a multi-time West Coast Sprint Car champion. Late entry here to the Corn Belt Nationals as Lear trying to fight back to the inside. Carson Short trying to throw a monster slider down in turn 1 on Mitchell Davis. Unable to make it stick. And he'll fall back to the 4th position. Mitchell Davis doing a great job now trying to run down Dave Darling, who sits 2nd. Brady Bacon, meanwhile, almost a half straightaway on the rest of the field. Carson Short now to the inside of Mitchell Davis. He'll try the big monster slider again. Davis right back to the inside. And turn at number 2. And it looks like the crossover move is going to work. Short almost into the fence. Here comes Ryan Bernal. Bernal now to the inside, already turn number 3. The 17 beat car, not enough momentum to get by the 21. So he will remain in 5th. Meanwhile, up front, Brady Bacon all but gone. Last lap, 8/10 quicker than 2nd place, Dave Darling. It'll be 5 laps down, 3 laps to go this time by Brady Bacon, who has had a lot of success at this racetrack, former winner in sprint cars. Has finished 2nd here twice in the midget as Ryan Bernal trying to put a slider on Carson Short. It looks like it's going to stick. Bernal bouncing off the cushion now takes 4th. And Carson Short falls back to the 5th spot. So the battle for that 4th position waging on. And Ryan Bernal now trying to throw a slider on Mitchell Davis down in turn number 1. Not enough momentum to make it stick. Carson Short closes back in on him as they race down the back straightaway. White flag coming out for Bacon on cruise control. Got one leg up on the dash. One arm out the window, hanging out here for the final lap at Knoxville. Double D sits in second. Now Ryan Bernal to the inside of Mitchell Davis for that third spot. Here comes Carson Short again, throwing the monster slider, not going to work for the 21. As Bernal will take over that third and final transfer spot. Here comes Short now to the inside to take over second. Bacon will get the win. Battle for third. Darlin will finish second. It looks like Bernal will finish third. Short will head to the B main and will bring Mitchell Davis with him. Caitlin Lear, Dickie Gaines, Braden Cromwell, Jory Hughes. In the Hoosier State, the Brownsburg, Indiana area, made just 5 starts with us last year. He is the reigning POWRi War Wild Card Sprint Car champion. Back in 2016, won a special event with the United States Auto Club at Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania during Eastern Storm. Finds himself outside of row number 1 alongside Lane Stone. Green lights coming on. We are racing here in Autometer Heat Race number 3. Simon will slide high. Stone running down low. Tight racing as they go 2, almost 3 wide now down the back straightaway. Still side by side for the lead. Landon Simon closing the door, entering turn number 3. Meanwhile, a low part of the racetrack may not be the place to be for Landon Simon with a full head of steam. Around the outside, it is Wesley Smith in the 12S. Christie will run in third. Lane Stone back to fourth. Mario Klauser rounds out your top 5. Wesley Smith in that 12S car, the red car running second. Now crossover move, look to the inside of Landon Simon. Trying to make it stick, find some moisture. It looks like he will. And Wesley Smith now will take the lead in that 12S. Nice move, now he jumps the cushion down in turn 1. That could allow Simon to get back. Dustin Christie, meanwhile, right behind that 24 car as the leader begins to pull away. Coming off turn number 4, still side by side. Christie and Simon going at it. Timmy Buckwalter up there as well. Mario Klauser going top shelf. First time here for Klauser as he spins above the cushion and into the fence. Comes to a stopover in turn 2. Caution is out. So 3 laps down, 5 to go here. Autometer Heat Race number 3. Wesley Smith, Landon Simon. Wesley Smith 5th in POWRi Lucas Oil War points with 1 win on the year. He's out front of Heat Race number 3. We're back underway. Simon, Christie, Buckwalter as Christie slides high, and that will allow Buckwalter to get underneath him to take third. Tim Buckwalter there in that number 7 car, full head of steam down in turn 3, trying to throw a slider on Simon. Simon says no, you can't get it done in turn 3. But you can't get it done down in turn 1. Timmy Buckwalter, another slider on the 24, and he'll take second. So Landon Simon falls back to third. Christie and Klauser going at it side by side. That is for the 4th spot. Christie in that white 75X. Klauser in the 6, already racing his way past a few cars on the restart. Meanwhile, for 2nd spot, getting sporty, Landon Simon and Buckwalter going at it again down in turn 1. Simon got by him coming off turn 4. Buckwalter slides begin down in 1. Simon to the inside down the back straightaway now as they head into turn 3, and Buckwalter shuts the door on him. 2 laps to go this time by for your leader, Wesley Smith. He is gone. The race is for 2nd. Simon in the 24, Buckwalter in the 7. Simon slides the 7 down in turn 1, and it looks like this could be enough to retake that 2nd spot as here comes Buckwalter again in 3rd as they go side by side. Christie sitting back in the 4th spot as the white flag comes out. Again, here goes Buckwalter trying to throw a slider on Simon. Very close down in turn 1. Your leader coming off turn number 4, Wesley Smith, will get the win. Checkered is out as we watch the battle for 2nd. Landon Simon down low, Buckwalter up on top. Buckwalter with the momentum. Will it pay off coming off turn 4? No, it won't. It will be Landon Simon finishing 2nd. Buckwalter, Christie. 4th, 5th goes to Klauser. 6th will be Doug Shank, Steve Thomas, and Lane Stone. As he won earlier in the year at Eldora Speedway, Chase Stockton, winner at the Terre Haute Action Track. The other half mile And of course, Sunshine, the defending winner here at Knoxville. So Arts and Helt in row 1, Hodges, Courtney in row 2, KTJ, Grant in 3, Cahoe Jr., Morgan, Frank Rogers the third. Rounding out your field. Here we go. IRP, he raced number 4, looking for the green. And we are racing 3 wide for a moment. As Sunshine goes top shelf, down low is Kevin Thomas Jr. Justin Grant battling with KTJ for second spot is Tyler Courtney. Moving from 4th to the lead off turn number 2, will lead lap number 1. Clausen Marshall Newman racing NOS Energy drink entry out front. As Justin Grant gets into the inside of Kevin Thomas Jr. to take over the second spot. KTJ falls to 3rd, Josh Hodges. 1 spot out looking in, Arts, Helt, Morgan, Cahoe, and Rogers round out your field. Kevin Thomas Jr. almost up over the cushion. Entering turn 3 that last time by, remains in that 3rd spot. May have to worry about Josh Hodges in that 74X. Hodges, a former winner with the USAC National Sprint Car Series at Lawrenceburg a few years ago. And now he'll try the slider down in turn 3 on Kevin Thomas Jr. And Josh Hodges with a nice move gets by the 19 to take over that 3rd and final transfer spot. KTJ right back to the inside in turn number 1, working that low part of the racetrack. And Thomas will slide high and retake 3rd from Hodges. Josh Hodges with a nice run down the back straightaway to the inside, and we'll have to check up just a little bit, bounces off the cushion, and will lose ground on that battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot. So Hodges falls back to 4th as we have 4 laps down, 4 laps to go here in heat race number 4. Out front, it is Tyler Courtney. 2nd, Justin Grant, Kevin Thomas Jr. in 3rd. 4th is Josh Hodges, Arts, Morgan, and Helt as they battle for a position. Meanwhile, up front, there's your leader clicking off laps. Sunshine Tyler Courtney, 6 down, 2 to go. 2nd place, Justin Grant, almost a full straightaway behind him. 3rd place, still Kevin Thomas Jr. Josh Hodges trying to reel him in. That's the battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Everyone pretty much running the outside all the way around the Knoxville Raceway. White flag is out, 1 to go for Sunshine. Grant still 2nd. Keeping an eye on Josh Hodges trying to reel in Kevin Thomas Jr. KTJ in the Granger red number 19 sits in 3rd. But up front there is Tyler Courtney. Courtney with 3 heat race wins. He'll tack on another one to pick up his 4th as the checkered flag comes out for Sunshine. Heat race number 4 in the books. Tyler Courtney gets the win. Grant will finish 2nd. Kevin Thomas Jr. It's that all-important 3rd and final transfer spot. Josh Hodges, TJ Arts, Chris Morgan, Rob Cahoe Jr., Slater Helt crossing the stripe there. Near you, the title sponsor of the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midget Series. So lights out on the racetrack. Cody Gardner coming off that big win at the Jack Hewitt Classic. Corey White in row 1, Bilby, White, Burks, Wyndham, McDougal. Pretty stout row number 3. Stevenson Richards rounds out your field. So Big Daddy and J-Mac in row number 3. We'll see how they do. Top 3 of the show. Everyone else is going to have a rough night. Green flag is out. Here we go. Bilby with a big move down in turn 1. White will follow him through there as they race out turn 2. Looks like trouble for Chris Wyndham. Losing about 5 spots. Falls back to the tail of the field. And Bilby with a great start coming out turn 4. Looks like he will hold him off and lead lap number 1. So Bilby will cross the stripe, but here comes Wyatt Burks in the 11W looking to the inside. Not enough momentum to make the slider work. Corey Wyatt right now in that 3rd and final transfer spot. 3 wide for a moment on turn 2. Chris Wyndham deep in the field trying to race his way back to the front in that 5G car. Jason McDougal sits in that 4th spot as they race back into turn 1. 3 wide goes Wyndham right through the middle. Big Daddy says we're running out of time. Now Corey Wyatt jumps the cushion, takes J-Mac with him. McDougal gets to the inside down the back straightaway. So McDougal for a moment had 3rd, and it looks like he's going to make the slider stick. So the 71P takes over third. Wyatt back to fourth, and here comes Chris Wyndham. Wyndham puts a big slider on the 99, entering turn number 1, and he'll take over that 4th spot. So now Big Daddy 1 spot out looking in as he has raced his way back up into 4th. Halfway this time by, 4 down, 4 to go. Bilby still in the lead. Wyatt Burks runs in 2nd. 3rd is Jason McDougal. 4th, Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham slowly reeling in. Jason McDougal coming off his first win of the year at Bridgeport Speedway during Eastern Storm. That is J-Mac, his 2nd career USAC National Sprint win. And right now has a rear view mirror, if he had one, full of Chris Wyndham. Wyndham gets a little loose off turn 2, loses a little ground to the 71P. Meanwhile, your leader, Bilby, crosses the stripe, 2 to go. Burke still in 2nd. The battle on the track is for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Jason McDougal in the 71P with Chris Wyndham right behind him. NOS Energy drink for Gocher Racing. The 5G car closes in, entering turn 3. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. We can assume Wyndham going to try the big slider down here in turn 1. There he goes. Big move by Chris Wyndham. Will it stick down in turns 1 and 2? McDougal trying to get to the inside, stuck in the slick. It's not going to work. And Wyndham will take over 3rd. Up front, Bilby off turn 4 will get the win. Here in heat race number 5, Wyatt Burks will finish 2nd, and Chris Wyndham will get that 3rd and final transfer spot. McDougal, Wyatt, Richards, Gardner, Stevenson round out your field. Most recently was 20th there at Bridgeport, 15th at Port Royal. Chad Baseflug there in the 98 E-car has run them all so far this year. His best finish of 4th at round 2 at Bubba Raceway Park in Ocala. Chase Stockin, of course, picking up the Tony Holman Classic win, getting the rifle at the Terre Haute Action Track, the big half mile there in Terre Haute, Indiana. So here we go, green flag comes out. The Aussie getting a little bit of a jump there, not as big as the first one. And Chad Baseflug trying to go 3 wide as Chase Stockin going top shelf. Nicholson in the 16 car, a lot better start for him this time. And Saville will lead him down in turns 3 and 4. Chase Stockin going up to the top, trying to get to the outside of the 98E and take the 2nd spot around Nicholson, and he'll get it done. So the 32 moves to 2nd. Baseflug goes to 3rd. Nicholson back to 4th. Kreisel 1 spot out looking in 5th. 2 spots out looking in there in the 5th spot. Saville continues to lead as they bring him off turn 4, though. He'll jump the cushion, get the front end in the air. Here comes Chase Stockin. Stockin going to reel him in down in turn 1. One of the best up on the cushion goes to 32 of Chase Stockin, and he will have a shot down the back straightaway. Almost running out of racing room on the backstretch, and Stockin will take the lead in turn number 3. So Saville falls back to the 2nd spot. Baseflug back there in 3rd. Nicholson still runs in 4th. 5th is Riley Kreisel. Van Meveren in 6th. Campton and Sylvester round out your field. Chad Baseflug goes to the outside of the racetrack up on the cushion in turn 3, looking for 2nd around Saville. And Baseflug will get it at the stripe. 4 down, 4 to go, halfway for heat race number 6. Chase Stockin, meanwhile, checking out as Chad Baseflug takes over 2nd. Saville on the bubble now in that 3rd and final transfer spot. We'll see if Nicholson or Kreisel can reel him in. 3 to go this time by. Anthony Nicholson there in that number 16 car, working the high part of the racetrack with Kreisel right behind him. Kreisel trying to slowly reel him in, exiting turn number 2. Treacherous turn 2 here tonight for the non-wing cars. So the 32 crosses the stripe, 2 to go for Chase Stockin. Chad Baseflug runs 2nd. It looks like Kreisel going to try to look to the inside, throw the slider on Nicholson. It's not going to work. And he will jump the cushion and lose ground. Meanwhile, Nicholson has caught Glenn Saville. That is for that 3rd spot. So a 3-car battle with 1 lap to go for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Kreisel to the inside. They are 3 wide at the stripe. Nicholson gets to the inside of Saville. Kreisel will try and throw the slider on him. A nice move by Anthony Nicholson to take over third. Meanwhile, your leader coming off turn 4, Stockton gets the win. Chet Basefluid will finish second. Nicholson into that third spot, working on turn number 4. Kreisel down, trying to throw a slider for the 4th spot. He'll get it, but still head to the semi. Nicholson will finish third, Kreisel 4th, Saville 5th. Campton, Sylvester, Van Meveren round out your field. So lights have been turned out, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the C main here tonight. There's a good look at Corey Schutte, your pole sitter. Doesn't look like Brian Van Meveren has made it out, so they will crisscross everybody. That'll put Isaac Chappell to the outside of row number 1. So the 52 car alongside the 28 here in the C main. 10 laps the distance, only the top 4 transfer on to the back of the B. As we get ready to start the alphabet soup, green flag is out. Here we go, big jump for Schutte as he'll lead him down into turn 1. He was fast in his heat race, just not fast enough to get into a transfer position. As Isaac Chappell with a nice move down the back straightaway gets to the inside of Schutte to take the lead in turn 3. So put the 52 out in front. The 28 falls to second as they come off turn 4th. 3-car battle for third and 4th. Cahoe Jr., Lane Stone, Dickie Gaines going at it. Gaines in that orange 44 car. To the right of your screen there as they battle down the back straightaway. Gaines right now taking a look to the inside of Lane Stone. Stone working the high line, Gaines down low. And Gaines just not enough momentum to make it work. Meanwhile up front it's still Isaac Chappell, Corey Schutte, and Cahoe Jr. 1, 2, 3. 4th and final transfer spot now. Give it to Dickie Gaines to the inside of Lane Stone. So the 44 sitting pretty right now. As they cross the stripe, it'll be 3 laps down, and this time by 7 to go. Chappell now feeling pressure from Schutte. That is for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Chappell, a former USAC National Sprint Car Rookie of the Year, working the middle part of the racetrack. Schutte up on the cushion, a little tight entering turn number 3. Chappell looking a little loose right through the middle of the racetrack. And they cross the stripe, 4 down this time by. Meanwhile, Cahoe Jr. still sits in third. 4th and final transfer goes to Dickie Gaines. Stone, Richards, Stevenson, Halverson, Hughes, Thomas, Sylvester. That rounds out your field. So Isaac Chappell out in front in that number 52. Chappell out of Willow Branch, Indiana. Certainly not how he wanted to kick off the night here. Not making it through the heat race. Stuck in the C main. Just show up points for the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Cars. So not going to take a hit, so to speak, in the points. But certainly not the way to start out his night. Tomorrow's semis and feature lined up based on cumulative points, so you need to get a lot here tonight if you want to have a good run, have a shot at that $20,000. Stevenson there in that 0 car. Entering turn number 3, the black and white 0 car, working that low part of the racetrack as they battle for that 6th position right behind Terry Richards in that 18. Lane Stone right in front of that battle. Stone sits in the 5th position, so now Richards with a nice run to the inside off turn 2, and he will take it entering turn 3. Or will he? Lane Stone working the outside part of the racetrack up into the cushion. Gets back around Richards to retake the spot, so Lane Stone will remain in 5th. Richards still 6th, Stevenson in that 7th spot. Meanwhile up front it's still Isaac Chappell, Corey Schutte 1, 2. Chappell in the red and white 52 as they work off of turn 4. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Schutte with a nice run down the front straightaway, gets to the inside of Chappell and takes the lead in turn 1. So Corey Schutte doing a fantastic job off turn number 4 with a nice run. Gets in front of Isaac Chappell to take the lead. He'll exit turn 4 here, take the checkered flag, get the win, punch the time card. He'll move on to the B main. Schutte will win the C. Chappell will finish in the 2nd spot. Cahoe Jr. and Dickie Gaines will round out your top 4 transfers.
Mitchell Davis currently 10th in WAR points, lining up inside row number 3. 2 top 5s in 5 starts so far this year for the Auburn, Illinois driver, alongside the New Mexico driver Josh Hodges, who's won here in the Midwest as well as out in the Southwest. He'll start 6th. So here we go, Carson Short, Jason McDougal in row number 1, 12 laps, top 6 to the show. Everyone else done for night 1. Here at the Corn Belt Nationals, green flag is out. Carson Short, the big jump on the field. McDougal falls back. Clouser will fall into 2nd as he puts the slider on. Wyatt, meanwhile, trying to go 3 wide with Riley Kreisel. Is that 3, almost 4 wide now down the back straightaway. Corey Wyatt with a nice move to the inside. Now falls back 1, maybe 2 spots from 2nd to potentially 4th out turn 4. Now will race back into 3rd at the stripe. It's Short, Clouser, Wyatt, McDougal, Kreisel, and Josh Hodges now your top 6. Caution is out. Big pileup down in turn 1. At least 2 cars get upside down as 1, 2, 7 cars come to a stop. Eight cars coming to a stop, including Caitlin Lear. And Short will bring him off. Green is out at the start can. We're back underway here in tonight's semi. Short and Clouser back up to the top. Clouser bouncing around the cushion. McDougal closes in on him. 3 cars get by Mario Clouser, 2 cars rather. McDougal trying to make it 3 as they race back into turn number 3. Corey Wyatt takes over 2nd. Josh Hodges slides up to the cushion, runs 3rd. J-Mac now to the inside will take that 3rd spot from Hodges off turn 4. Kreisel now throwing a slider on Mario Clouser as Mitchell Davis almost into the fence. Loses 2 spots off turn 2 now. Riley Kreisel there in the 90 car right in front of Mario Clouser as they work through turns 3 and 4. Josh Hodges up there in that yellow 74 as they cross the stripe. It's still Carson Short out in front. Wyatt, McDougal, Hodges, Clouser, Kreisel, your top 6. So there is 5th and 6th right there with Clouser on the outside. Kreisel working down low. Mario Clouser, the Yokohama Tire number 6 car. Working that cushion. Riley Kreisel working the low part of the racetrack. They are still side by side. Clouser with the advantage entering turn 1. As Kreisel slides high, the 0 car of Steve Irwin sneaks right underneath him. Working on turn number 2. So Irwin now moves into 6th spot. Kreisel falls back to 7th. So there is Kreisel. He's got Dustin Christie right behind him. Meanwhile, a great move by Irwin to take over that 6th and final transfer spot. Mitchell Davis, meanwhile, trying to get back up into the mix. That's the red car there, working to the inside of Christie in turns 3 and 4. Carson Short checking out on the rest of the field. 6 down, 6 to go here in tonight's semi. There is your 6th and final transfer spot as Kreisel trying to get back by Irwin. Kreisel up on top of the 90 car, working the outside part of the racetrack off turn 2 as they go down the back straightaway. Drives it in deep into turn 3, still side by side with Irwin. Again, the race for that 6th and final transfer spot. Coming off turn 4, give it back to Riley Kreisel. Kreisel for a moment crosses the stripe in 6th. Irwin slides up into the middle. Loses some ground to the 90 car. Again, the battle for that 6th and final transfer spot. Leader crosses the stripe, 8 down, 4 to go. It's Short, Wyatt, McDougal, Hodges, Clouser, and then Riley Kreisel in 6th. Steve Irwin there in 7th. Davis, Christie, Cody Gardner, rounding out your top 10. Dickey Gaines up to 12th coming out of the C main. Rob Cahill sits 11th coming out of the C main. Riley Kreisel there driving it in turn 1, a little tight up on the cushion.
still holding off the 0 car of Irwin as the laps wind down here in tonight's B-Main. The battle for 6th continues. Carson Short with a huge lead on the rest of the field. Battle for 2nd heating up there is Jason McDougal working around the outside of Corey Wyatt as they race down the back straightaway. That is for 2nd. McDougal in the black and white 71P. The green and white 99 is Corey Wyatt. Bouncing around that inside berm goes J-Mac. White flag is out for Carson Short. So final lap here in tonight's semi-feature as Carson Short works down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Got out front, checked out on the rest of the field off turn 4. B-Main winner is Carson Short. He'll get the win. Jason McDougal will come home 2nd. Corey Wyatt will finish in the 3rd spot. Josh Hodges will come home 4th. Mario Klauser 5th. And Riley Kreisel will get that 6th and final transfer spot. Chase Stock and Brady Bacon make up row 3. Justin Grant, CJ Leary in 4. Brian Bernal, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney in row 5. Wesley Smith, Wyatt Burks make up row 6. Don Drow Jr., Base Flug in 7. Dave Darrell and Nick Bilby in row 8. Landon Simon, Anthony Nicholson in row 9. Carson Short, J-Mac, Jason McDougal in 10. Corey Wyatt, Josh Hodges make up row 11. Mario Klauser, Riley Kreisel round out your field. Lights have been turned out. Knoxville Raceway, it is time to get dirty with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars and the Lucas Oil POWRi War Sprint Cars, night number 1 of the Corn Belt Nationals. We're going to go topless here at the big half mile. Chris Windham, Matt Westphal will set the pace, bringing them off turn 4. Green flag is out. Let's do it. Windham will go right to the outside part of the racetrack in 1. Westphal falls back to 3rd now as KTJ working the inside off turn 2. He will lead him down the back straightaway. Kevin Thomas Jr. working down low. Windham goes up top. Chase Stockin down low as well, trying to take that 3rd spot from Matt Westphal. Kevin Thomas Jr. leads lap 1. Windham 2 seconds. Stockin again trying to slide around Westphal. Not going to work. Justin Grant now gets to the inside of Chase Stockin to take over that 4th spot. Stockin back to 5th. Brady Bacon back in 6th. Tyler Courtney up on top running 7th. Battle for the lead. It is Chris Windham around the outside of Kevin Thomas Jr. again. KTJ fighting back on the inside entering turns 1 and 2. Great battle for the lead here early in this 25 lapper. 2 down, 23 to go. Kevin Thomas Jr., the Granger number 19, running low. Windham up on top. Windham already with 2 wins this year. KTJ looking for his 1st. They're still side by side in the stripe. Then a gaggle of cars for 3rd on back. Justin Grant has taken over that 3rd spot. Here comes Brady Bacon to the inside of Chase Stockin to get by and take over 4th. Meanwhile, for the lead, still side by side. Chris Windham up on top. KTJ running down low. Kevin Thomas Jr. in that Granger car, still flirting with the gutter rat line. Big Daddy up on top. Here comes Justin Grant sitting in 3rd. Brady Bacon 4th. Kevin Thomas Jr. has a nose on Windham entering turn number 3. But momentum going to pay off here for Chris Windham. He's been running up on top all the way around as Kevin Thomas Jr. by a nose at the stripe will take the lead over Windham. Bacon, Grant, Stockin, Courtney still your top 5. Ryan Bernal battling with Matt Westphal there. Meanwhile, Brady Bacon looks to the inside of Chris Windham. That is for 2nd. Battle heating up for the lead. Bacon found something right through the middle part of the racetrack. He'll take 2nd now and chase Kevin Thomas Jr. to the low part of the racetrack. Top 4 running down low. Top 5 down low as Brady Bacon on the back bumper of Kevin Thomas Jr. who goes down low in 3. 3 wide for a moment down in turn 3. Chris Windham again trying to make the outside work. It looks like he's going to retake the lead as they exit turn 4. Windham around the outside of the 19. Bacon will get by as well. So Chris Windham out in front. Left rear inboard rotor glowing on the 69 for Brady Bacon as he takes 2nd. And Kevin Thomas Jr. back to that 3rd spot. Justin Grant still holding on to 4th. Chase Stockin going side by side with Tyler Courtney Justin Grant. As Stockin again working the outside part of the racetrack. Courtney back in the 6th spot. 7th, Bernal Westfall to 8th, CJ Leary and Buckwalter rounding out your top 10. Up for the lead, it's Chris Windham up on top, Brady Bacon down low. Remember, Bacon won here back in 2011. Found victory lane here. He's ran 2nd twice in a midget. He'll look to the inside down in turn 3, race for the lead. 10 laps will be scored this time by 15 to go. Windham up on top, Bacon still down low. The mean green 69. He has been bad fast as of late. And Windham now will slide high. Bacon has a nice run off turn number 2. They'll go side by side in turn 3 again for the lead. Side by side off turn at number 4. Windham will hold him off and go right to the bottom in turn 1. Now Windham drives it in a little deep. It could cost him. Bacon trying to get to the inside off turn 2. New leader. It's the mean green 69 to Brady Bacon. Macho Man to the point. Big Daddy falls back to 2nd. 3rd, still Kevin Thomas Jr. is Chris Windham again. Looking pretty good around the outside of turns 3 and 4. He'll try the outside in 1 and 2. Now Bacon slides high, misses the bottom a little bit, put Big Daddy back to the point. So Windham out in front, Bacon back to 2nd. Still Kevin Thomas Jr. running 3rd. Grant Courtney now battling out for the 4th spot. Tyler Courtney and Justin Grant going nose to tail, running that high line. They both got around Chase Stock and Ryan Burnell now battling with the 32. Meanwhile, these guys could catch lap traffic quickly as Chris Windham slides almost up over the cushion, entering turn 3, and here comes Bacon once again. Brady Bacon back to the point. Working down low. He's just watched Wayne Johnson use that low part of the racetrack to sneak by Terry McCarl for the win in the Wing 360s, and now Bacon uses that low line to pull away from Chris Windham. So Brady Bacon will be catching the tail end of this field here very shortly. Anthony Nicholson will be the first car. He will try and get by and put a lap down. Windham still 2nd. Kevin Thomas Jr., Tyler Courtney, and Justin Grant, your top 5. Courtney and Grant been going at it for a handful of laps. And Tyler Courtney had got by Justin Grant. And now working that high part of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Grant working down low, trying to get that left front up on the berm and load that right rear tire. Chase Stockin back right behind these guys. Right in front of him is Kevin Thomas Jr., who runs in the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Brady Bacon working the lap traffic off turn number 4, laps winding down. 17 down this time by 8 to go. Bacon gets by Riley Kreisel. Windham will get by as well. One car looks like pulling down low. It could be Chad Baseflug. Tyler Courtney, the 7BC there now. We're looking to the inside of Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to throw a slider on KTJ. That's the battle for 3rd as they exit turn 2. 6 to go, next time by for Brady Bacon. The battle there for the 3rd position. Kevin Thomas Jr., the red number 19, the black 7BC. Right behind him is Tyler Courtney. Back into 1 they go. Sunshine going to take a look to the middle part of the racetrack. Justin Grant up in the mix as well. 3 wide for a moment. And Tyler Courtney gets by Kevin Thomas Jr. And it looks like he will take over that 3rd spot. So Courtney takes over 3rd. Thomas falls back to 4th. Justin Grant runs in 5th. Meanwhile, up front, heavy lap traffic for Brady Bacon. Bacon now to the inside of Mario Klauser. That is the number 6 car up on top. You put him a lap down, gets by Carson Short. Crosses the stripe. It'll be 4 laps to go this time. Bacon down low, now right behind the 74 of Josh Hodges. Could allow Chris Windham a run off turn 2. Nose to tail down the back straightaway. He shuts the door, takes the line away from Chris Windham, goes up top. Windham has to go right back to the inside Off turn 4, and Bacon will remain out in front. Bacon through the middle part of the racetrack in turn number 1. Chris Wyndham bouncing off the cushion. And now Bacon begins to pull away from Wyndham, who is hung up behind Hodges. 2 to go this time by for Brady Bacon at the stripe. Chris Wyndham still keeping him in check as they work through 1 and 2. White flag coming out next time around. We got one in the fence at turn 2. And it looks like he will continue on, no caution. I think that's Dave Darlin in the fence in turn 2. He will continue on. White flag is out for Brady Bacon. Bacon now trying to hold off the 5G as they race in turn 1. Bacon up in no man's land, trying to work around the outside of Timmy Buckwalter. Now has a cushion between himself and Chris Wyndham. Down the back straightaway for the second time. Or for the last time rather, the mean green 69 down low. The Gocher 5G up on top. Wyndham trying to get a run off turn number 4, but it's gonna be Macho Man. Heading to victory lane here, night number 1 of the Corn Belt Nationals at Knoxville Raceway. Wyndham, KTJ, Tyler Courtney, Justin Grant, your top 5. Ryan Brunel will finish 6th, Chase Stockton 7th. Jason McDougall will come home 8th, CJ Leary 9th, Matt Westfall rounding out your top 10. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Brady Bacon gets it done here, night number 1 of the Corn Belt Nationals. His 26th career USAC National Sprint win. His 3rd here in 2019. And he'll pull down into victory lane. Macho Man, ladies and gentlemen, he's climbing out. He can hear you. Bacon gets it done here in Knoxville. So a helmet comes off for Brady Bacon, gets the hat on. We'll send it down to victory lane with Mike Roberts.
Brady no stranger here at Knoxville Raceway, both with non-wing and wing cars. And although it was a battle and lap traffic came to play, once he checked out, it was checked out for good. Brady, come around here, buddy, if you would, please. We'll go ahead and step in front of your car here. Man, you guys, you had to work a little bit tonight, man. That wasn't easy. Wyndham wouldn't go away, and then lap traffic kept kind of being a booger for you.
Yeah, I really like this place. It's fun to be able to do in this car what I would like to be able to do in my wing car when I come here and run the Nationals. You can see guys like Donnie and everybody run the bottom and the middle so good. So I think just kind of a lot of laps around here, more than the competition, has helped me a little bit there to know that that middle could come in and things like that. But, yeah, Wyndham was tough, and I was having to run a little bit different line, but luckily I was able to, catch the marbles in the middle and get some speed a couple times to pass a couple guys.
When you came on the middle there at the end, passing the guys, it worked out really well. But the original track for you tonight was the bottom of that racetrack.
Yeah, it's really hard to run the bottom here, and I'm usually really good at it. So the top just gets, that cushion gets so big and it's flat up there, and these cars don't really like that too much. But it is really testing to run the bottom and slow down that much. But I missed it a couple times, and Wyndham almost got back by me. But fortunately, we had a car good enough to kind of make up for my mistakes and be able to get a little grip in the middle.
The points are so important here. We're getting ready for this weekend again, but tomorrow we reshuffle and go after one more time.
Yeah, it is good to get some points tonight going into tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to just have to go at it again, get another good qualifying run and a good qualifier run, or the heats or whatever they are, so I can get a good spot for the 20,000. But I think we've had a really good car every night. We had to change a motor after qualifying. The guys worked hard. It's definitely not a fun deal when it's this hot and everything like that, and you're under a time constraint. But they work hard, and obviously the Hoffmans for making this deal happen. Mean Green and all all the sponsors that help us out. Big or small, it takes all of them to make it work.
Well, Brady Bacon picks up night number 1 here at the Corn Belt Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, he worked his butt off. The team's going to celebrate a little bit tonight, but they'll get back after as we send him upstairs to Doug Clark. I know Chris is coming as well. KTJ also coming as well. We'll get these guys interviewed here in just a second, but get with Chris here first. And man, what a battle. He got by you. I thought you had another run in there for a second, but then lap traffic, man. Every time he got a chance, and it didn't work out so great for you.
No, lap cars were really in the way, but you're going to have that when when you're running around a place like this, and if you just barely miss the bottom or the top, you know, you're just hung out to dry. And those guys seemed to do it right in front of me those last few laps where it would work out for Brady. But, you know, he ran a good race. We had a good side-by-side battle there, I feel like, for almost the entire race. So I think I could have got him back there, a few circumstances different, but he ran a really good race and hit his marks. And sucks to come home second, but we'll take it.
What did you learn here tonight besides lap traffic being a pain?
I mean, really just how good. I didn't think the bottom would stay that good for us, honestly. You just had to really slow roll it and hit it perfect to make it work, and that's what Brady did to get by us. So I learned that that's going to be there probably tomorrow at some point, and you know, I think we'll put on another good show tomorrow. Just thanks for all these fans for sticking it out late night tonight, and we'll come back plugging away tomorrow.
All right, Chris, we'll get you back up there on podium as well, and KT's around here somewhere. We're going to grab him. KNIA is with those guys right now. Kevin, it's man. No action anywhere was better than up front, I don't think. You guys just kept battling back and forth, and you fade a little bit, and then all of a sudden you come back up again.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the way it should be. You know, it's tough for me to run the bottom around this place. You know, it's real tricky, and you know, it's just one of those deals. You just got to have a little bit of a knack for it, and they give me a great race car. So, you know, I just made a few mistakes, and we turned some quick laps, but I couldn't do it very consistently. And I just missed my marks a little bit, but. You know, everybody did a great job. You know, congrats to the 69 and the 5. You know, it was a tough race. You know, I saw them up there switching lines back and forth and trying to figure out where to go. It's a fun joint, and I'm just glad to be here, and you know, thankful for USAC and War for putting on a good race, and you know, thankful Knoxville for the great facility and track and everything that they do for the sport. So it was a good night, and we'll just build on it for tomorrow.
All right, they're going to build again with the rest of them, and we'll reshuffle again for tomorrow night, get another qualifying in, and we'll see what happens along with 410 action. We'll send it back upstairs for your finish.
Thanks so much, Mike Roberts. Again, congratulations to Brady Bacon, Chris Wyndham, Kevin Thomas Jr. top 3. Tyler Courtney, defending series champ, finishes 4th. Justin Grant 5th. Ryan Bernal 6th. Chase Stock and Jace McDougall. CJ Leary and Matt Westfall, your top 10. Wyatt Burks, Wesley Smith, Don Drow Jr., Corey Wyatt, Nick Bilby, Tim Buckwalter.